Moving to the country, gonna pick out all the peaches. County's full of peaches, the people want it free. I'm moving to the country, gonna pick out all the peaches. Gonna vote on paper ballots, paper from a tree. I took a trip to Cherokee, they had a head count I could see, and I knew it was for me. I cast my ballot fair and free. Yeah. Paper ballots is the key.
Paper ballots is the key, right, dude?
Yep.
Yeah, the crowd we hang out with. Yeah, bring it. The crowd we hang out with, they know what's up with elections. They know what's going on, what the real deal is behind Venezuela. The crowd that we have been hanging out with for 5 years now, tracking every single angle of this election mess, right? This election scam that's been run on the American people. So, that's what this show's about, right, dude? Mostly?
Yeah, that's what it's about. And also to have it out where people that don't know what's up right now with Venezuela and what that means to elections get to maybe find out.
I'm going to turn you up some here. You're pretty low.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if you have any control over that there, but I got you maxed out and you're still a little bit low. So, that's what the graphic is asking. What is Peaches and Bananas? And we say it every week. It is the show is designed around election integrity, and we recognize and award those who are peach patriots in the state of Georgia, and some not in the state, but just patriots that want to see free, fair elections. And we make fun of and jest at those who are just outright election integrity. Well, I'll say traitors. How about that?
Well, I call them bananas, and they're the Banana Republic people.
Bananas. Ooh. That's like jive turkey. Yes, they are the bananas. They're the Banana Republic people. Let's see. Okay, let's go to this graphic next. Nice job on the new graphic, dude. I like the sparkly. So, yeah, you're watching Peaches and Bananas, the show, the podcast, but we are streaming on the MAGA Struck channels. Very important. You're watching Peaches and Bananas on the MAGA Struck channel. We ask you to go find at MAGA Struck on X, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. Please go find us. If you're on any of those platforms, please go find us and give us, watch the show, like the channel, share and follow us, and help us build our audience so we can start to get some algorithm support. And, maybe even one day, gosh, off in the wild blue yonder, like maybe some monetization, if that's even a thing anymore by the time we get there.
Well, that would help me a lot if it did.
It might be universal basic podcaster income by the time we get there, right? So that deserves a... So anyway, so go check us out on those channels. Also, we do have an X account that's Peaches2Bananas. And last of the promotional portion for today, we have a Give Send Go. It is givesendgo.com/Tanya needs our help. I just want to advocate for Tanya as I do every week. Tanya is someone who has immense challenges and very expensive challenges in her life that all of us do not have. So she is operating on a shoestring budget, her and her mother. Any help we can throw their way was greatly appreciated. Right, dude?
Right, dude.
Yeah.
And it also helps support the show and what we're doing here and attempting to do to get people to know all about the swamp and the establishment getting in the way of free and fair elections.
That's what we're all about here. That's what we're all about. That's what Tanya's all about. I have an interesting interview coming in maybe a couple of months. I got to get it edited, and I want to make it a documentary style edit, but maybe there'll be a little preview later in the show of a portion of that conversation, but it will be...
I did not know about that, dude.
We talked about a lot of topics, so yeah, there's some stuff that fits in with this program. Yeah, so there's a surprise coming Tanya's way. But yeah, the Gibson Go is gibsongo.com/Tanya needs our help, and all those proceeds go to help Tanya. The $800 that's there, thank you so much, all of you who've contributed. It's going to be an ongoing fundraise for Tanya.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Like, it's not just about money. Like, there's advice that you can give me. There's all sorts of things that I am not very aware about life-wise. And if we talk, we can talk about. You can talk to me about ways that you can help me that don't involve money.
All right, thank you. So on to our topic for tonight. Blast from the Past is going to be our first segment. Second segment tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the Venezuela action that's been going on. We're going to give you maybe a different perspective. You probably have seen all the perspectives, but we're going to give you the perspective that we like best from what we know. And to kick things off here, we are going to jump into, since it is the new year, since it's 2026 now.
Yeah,
just want to let you know. What's that?
Do you like my fireworks in the flyer?
Oh, that's a beautiful flyer, dude. This demonstrates some of Tanya's skill right here. But yeah, Tanya comes up with very colorful, very creative graphics for this show. But my keyboard shortcuts are finally working. There we go. Yeah, to jump in here. I don't have our own.
Well, I wanted to say that even what we have to say about Venezuela is a blast from the past, and it takes us into our first. Yeah,
so this is our 30th. My count is right, our 30th show. Not all of them were called Peaches and Bananas, but we have been at this for a while. And so we're on our 30th show. We've been doing, off and on, but I've been trying to do late. We do one a week. So here is a little montage of my keyboard shortcuts are not working. Okay, a little montage of the past year and a half. This takes us back to 2023, the end of 2023. No, end of 2024. I'm sorry. Okay. And through 25, and this should be pretty humorous. Here we go. Ready, dude?
Ready, dude. I think maybe.
All right, here we go.
I'm Tanya, and this is my producer and guest, Viking Dude. What are you doing?
I'm pole watching. Can you?
It's not pole like POLE, it's pole POLL. That's not the kind of pole watching that we're talking about.
I'm pole watching. Does the new law let me do this? I see what you're doing there. Don't try it again, because I'm watching you.
Not quite. Remember that you can't interrupt the election process.
Looking at my ballot and looking at the selections for president, and I've got this wonderful piece of propaganda from Kamala Harris. It's in Espanol, and I'm thinking, they at least went the effort to try to communicate with the Latin community. So you ready to vote for president?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm stuck.
I don't mind that I don't have privacy, except from you. Voting at home. When I want to really have a good time voting, I vote at home, and I have a shot of bourbon while I'm doing it. All right. That was an awesome video that you're going to get to see later, right?
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll
your
get
paws
lucky.
on it. Huh. Yeah, Trump won.
Yeah. So what are you up to today?
I am doing a podcast with you.
Well, I think that's a pretty cool way to do a Thanksgiving because it's unique.
Got my jingle jangle on, and I see you're looking a little Santa Clausy yourself.
Yeah, 'tis the season to be merry.
Santa Claus. I never knew that his name was Santa Claus. I thought he was just Woodland Santa. So I am Woodland Santa. I guess we like that. And I've got my staff, and I'm all ready for our first of one or two Christmas shows.
Definition of grok made me think of the Grinch. Kind of went down a rabbit hole.
Rabbit holes about Christmas. I love it. Did you come upon Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's from the Netherlands. St. Nicholas is, they say it's Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas.
Yeah, K-L-A.
A-S.
Klaas. Cool.
So I think it's going to be a great year. And with Trump back in office, we'll have a great chance in turning the tide against the establishment and all the people that have been working against us. I hope that you have a very MAGA Christmas, and we'll see you soon.
Wow. That was a nice spot. Very, very nice spot. Hey, you co-produced that spot for Charlize Bird and Colton Moore.
Yeah, I mean, it outsounds.
They're mega-struck.
They very much are. It surprises me that there's only 2 assemblymen that joined the Freedom Caucus in Georgia. I hope that this time around there'll be more.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man.
That he's going to hold a rally in Washington, D.C. on January 19th.
How's everybody out there in Tony Talks land?
Here we are. We're live.
Hey, Viking dude.
Hey, let me do that.
A little 2-shot font. Because we're all about election integrity here, right?
Yeah. So, well, I was grateful for my entertainment electronics. There's one piece of electronics that I'm not so grateful for. Can you guess what that is, Viking dude?
You don't own it, but I bet you worked with it this past November 5th.
I kind of did.
Yeah. Dominion.
Come on, DJ T. See it.
There he is.
We all should take a bow. That's 2 days before the inauguration. This was a pre-party they had with the village people. We've made America happy and disco-y again, I guess.
All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
It's the inauguration speech. We did a live that day. Very long live, like 3.5-hour live.
I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship.
Almost a year
and
ago,
bring
dude.
back free speech to America.
Yeah, right on. Bring back free speech.
Paper ballots is the key, right, dude?
You're right. Paper ballots is the key.
Yeah, and not falling for the banana in the tailpipe trickery.
You coordinated with Cleta Mitchell on
There's
poll
the
watching
banana.
exercises, is that right?
I wouldn't say we coordinated with her, but we know we work with the Election Integrity Network.
Okay, how would
And
you
yes, I
describe
guess you
it?
could say that. We coordinate with the Election
That's the
Integrity Network. I wouldn't say we coordinate with her personally, no.
Which is led by
That's
Cleta
the
Mitchell.
banana.
That's correct.
Okay.
Great
That's
organization,
the
by way.
peach.
Thank you for mentioning it. I would
No-
encourage everyone to become a member.
No
It's free.
problem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's
I took ourselves off the
okay. So
screen.
we have
It's a peach as a leaf, as a golden leaf. So it's fancy. Okay.
It's a fancy.
It's a
peach.
it's a
Well,
fancy award, and this is a
and
well,
there's
we've got Julie here.
Total peach.
Total
No brainer.
peach. Wow. Okay. Total peach, and she gets a
Yeah, peach. That's a peach.
flipped around. What do you got against squirrels?
Oh,
I
nothing.
mean, not squirrels.
He's a
Turtles.
peach.
I don't even know. The turtle was just there, and we didn't know what we were doing, so we were filming everything.
Oh, here's the train tunnel. What's This is a crazy interview.
This
This is a nice nut grabber guy. What?
We
Guy's an a-hole coming out of there.
time, it's like nobody knew that was me, and it's like, who is that? And I'm like, that's me. That's the power of film. When you're
So you won the bird flipping contest and scared him off. I guess your bird flip was more. Bird flipping contests are great. I've been in a few of them myself. Who can flip the best bird? true. The most
He
fastest
outflipped-
with the draw. Now Cam gets mad at you here. Why is Cam mad at you? Oh,
we just thought it
the
would be
final.
fun. Yeah.
The final dying bird. Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's every bit of that. Now, mind you, I want people to understand my integrity out there, right? Because I'm not ashamed of showing this because we've all been young.
Of course
and,
not. Yeah.
But every bit of that was on the spot, not on drugs.
I'm baffled as to why
Banana.
there's this fixation on the
Giant
2020 elections. 2020
Banana.
elections are over and done with. They've been reviewed, they've been audited, they've been scrutinized, they've been looked at from top to bottom.
Rotten
We get a
banana.
clean bill of health.
Yeah, Rob Pitts, I don't know if he's been paying it any attention at all. Apparently not. I guess he's only reading the AJC. He must just be reading the AJC, right?
The Matrix. Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us, even now in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are slaves, Tanya and Viking Dude. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste
Do you know that, douche?
a prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance, Viking Dude. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hey, Tanya. I say we go down the rabbit hole.
Okay. Yep.
Everybody was better off under Trump.
If you keep voting left, you'll have nothing left.
The best is yet to come.
Tanya's first cameo. Screaming girls. Viking Dude reaches for his guitar. Calm down. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, here we go. Get a live studio audience. All right. Go into the country. Gonna vote on paper ballots. Yep. Summing it up in two phrases there. Going to the country, gonna vote on paper ballots. Right.
Hanging out with Viking Dude, it's not boring. Yep, paper ballots is the key.
Yeah, so that was a fun walk down memory lane with you, dude. It's been so much fun, right? I mean, I've had a blast. Right?
Yeah, dude.
All right, come on.
Yeah, it's been a blast. We've added things to our show, and going through all those shows. I mean, this is our 30th show. I'm going through all those. I just see how much improvement has happened over over those 30 shows, we've gotten more comfortable. We've gotten, a little better flow and rhythm. And so, yeah, I think our show is well on its way, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a whole lot of trial and error. But, it's because we didn't study this. We don't do this. We hadn't done this before. And we're doing everything like, in trying to bring a good production, there's a lot of components that you don't get to see just so that what you do see looks good. And, that makes makes it a little harder to do. It makes the slope a little steeper. But it's been a blast, dude.
Yeah. And so, we didn't go as far back as this. This was really the first production that we worked on together outside of it. Well, I don't want to say it's outside of election integrity, but it was outside of, ballots and voting and stuff. I mean, doing hand count simulations and, things related to election integrity. This one was a Get Out the Vote for Trump video called MAGA Struck, and it's a spoof of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. We're not going to play the song because you heard a little bit of it in that opening montage. And you guys are probably like, well, we're not going to... I mean, you heard a little bit of it. Here, I'll scrub through it a little bit. I mean,
So there is some election integrity stuff there because the election was stolen from President Trump in 2020.
Yeah, and I recorded the song in the studio, but then went up and we did the music video up with my college roommate we were in a band together in college, and he's actually he makes a cameo he was in that opening montage that we showed. But yeah, I mean, so he was always like, why are you so focused on Georgia in this video? And I was like, you don't understand. Even he didn't know it yet. Georgia's, one of the, worst states for elections in the union. I mean, there's some people vying for that. I mean, like, we're at least in the final top four bracket, right? Vying for the top spot, kind of like in the college football playoff right now.
Yeah. And a lot of people in that video are people that have been up in the forefront, and there's Dan Johnston, Garland Favorito, and there was a clip of Joe Rossi too that you scrolled through.
Did I pass it already?
Yeah,
Joe
you
Rossi.
passed
Man,
him.
I keep getting this strange. So we put a lot of thought. So anyway, my buddy back there, Dana. And there's Uncle Sam Angus, who's a mystery man. Nobody knows who he is. He's on the guitar, and I'm singing lead there. My buddy Dana, who is in the back, we were college roommates, and we were in a band together. He didn't understand the emphasis on Georgia, but I was able to enlighten him during the making of this video about he didn't know who Brad Ravensburger was. He didn't know he didn't know the significance of Brian Kemp. Governor Kemp. He's like, why are you talking about some state's governor? I was like, dude, you're not paying enough. You're watching too much Fox, basically is what I told him. Right. So, and yeah, so Dana, he got an education that weekend along with, we got a music video out of it. So, so that was a production that you and I worked on, prior to beginning the podcast. And then, so I wanted to jump back even further and show that, but this brought in the musical portion of what we think is so important about this show. We try to bring in some music, and that this music video got a lot of views, and I'd like to think it helped get out the vote for Trump, or at least it ginned up some excitement. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see.
It's fun to work at.
Let me go to this
It's
frame.
fun for us. It's fun for everybody. I think.
Yeah. So to this and to this.
Oh, wait.
So it led to it. Yeah. Maybe this bit. It led to work. That music video led to getting work, and now it's unpaid work. It's gigs, unpaid gigs, but they're gigs. Here, Uncle Angus got a gig advocating for paper ballots along with President Trump, and this was back in the spring or late winter of 2025, right?
If you went to paper ballots and you're voting, I would hope that every
It's a non-speaking role for
Republican
Uncle
vote costs
Angus.
Exactly 8% of what the machines cost. These
Not a bad
machines,
gig
they
though,
have
right?
something going.
Just
So
point.
Paper ballots, and paper's very sophisticated.
Look
today.
around.
It's called watermark. Impossible to copy, impossible to cheat. Hard to believe that a piece
Uncle
of paper
Sam
is
Angus.
highly sophisticated, but it's watermarked. You can't cheat. If you went to paper ballots and same-day voting, voter ID, proof of citizenship, those four things, proof of citizenship, voter ID, paper ballots, one-day voting. And if you went to two-day voting or three-day voting, but some of these states, you go and you had 64 days. You know, California just finished up. They were voting a week and a half ago. And other states, too. They were weeks after the election. I mean, if that were a close election, you'd have to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks. But some of these states...
So just want to give a little example of how the MAGA struck cast was able to find more work.
Yeah, that will
After
be
that?
rewarding in other ways. 'Cause
Yeah, so that was fun. So how about a little round of applause for Uncle Angus there, Uncle Sam Angus.
Yay.
Uncle Sam Angus. But that led to some more gigs, right? So let's get on with the more gigs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so satirical, what would that banner say? It said musical satire rules at Peaches and Bananas. And so this is a little montage clip of a couple of popular satirical songs that we came up with for our episodes in the past. Here we go.
Katusa, Katusa, why you running fast and loose? You got Democrats running as Republicans. Who's the gander? Who's the goose? Oh, Katusa, Katusa, why you running fast and loose? You're running willy-nilly with your politics. People think you're silly, just Republicrat hicks. Katusa, whew, what the fuckusa? Oh yeah.
That was stuck in my
Total
head.
subscribers for the AJC, does anybody know?
That was it.
115,000, and they're going out of print. Do you think it's because of the writing or the content, Mr. Groves?
When the AJC attacked Dr. Jen, she reminded them they are a crap publication. Readers falling like leaves from a tree. Propaganda, toilet paper, flushed down the drain. Good sanitation.
Is this fact or is this opinion? Is extremists fact or
Who
opinion?
reads their lies, who believes they're trash? If you do, oh my, your brain, it needs fixing.
I asked you several days
Fast.
ago, your editor was, your copy editor.
When the AJC attacked Dr. Jen, they learned her truth is clear, needs no translation.
And you won't tell me. Now, is that transparent?
When the AJC attacked Dr. Jan, they ran up against a genuine, bona fide, impregnable, indefatigable oak tree, Miss Propagandolf
Propagandolf.
in the flesh. That's Dr. Janice Johnson. Oh yeah, a hero for truth. And a Peaches and Bananas peach, for sure.
Yep, she's a
Good
peach.
job, Dr. Jan. Yeah.
Yeah, so those were fun put together, and it was just part of the musical journey we've also been on to try to make our show a little bit different, stand out in a way, right, dude?
Yeah, and fun. And that is Viking Dude Sober, I promise, because I was there when he came up with that.
Yep, and so music became an important part of this journey. Another thing we've done is made it a point going way, way back. I've learned that we were some of the earliest advocates for Tina Peters, and we've stuck to that. We've asked other podcasters, we've asked other influencers to just hang in there and continue to pound her name, her plight, her story. And we did so I put together a little, this goes way back to before this was called Peaches and Bananas, and it was called Tanya Talks, but we did quite a bit. You want to see this one, dude?
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say that all that advocacy was to the point that we got flagged for spamming on X.
We did. Wow.
Which was really odd because these podcasters should be on board. And, you know.
Yeah, here we go. This is a little montage.
I say if you're going skiing and you care all about our country and justice, and you care about people being rewarded for doing everyone a solid in this country by looking out for rigged, cheating in the elections and doing their job and doing it well, down to the county level. The sweet little ladies who run our county elections office, when they start throwing them in jail and locking them up for doing the right thing, those states need to be boycotted. Colorado, no more skiing for you until Tina Peters is freed, released from prison.
Yeah, it's all just like the establishment protecting itself and really shutting out any outsiders and anybody brave enough to stand up to it.
I'm calling for a boycott of Colorado skiing until Tina's freed. Not that anybody's listening to me. I'm going to boycott Colorado skiing. I'm going to go to Utah. I'm going to go to Nevada. Maybe go to Canada, the 51st state of the United States. Free Tina, free Tina, free Tina.
Yeah, she should be home. Let's hope that at least under Trump, the fact that having him in office has is that these judges don't go stray, don't go rogue, and make the justice system just again.
There she is, our hero. Free Tina. Free Tina. Free Tina. Free Tina. Free Tina. Free Tina.
That was one show. Here's another show.
Situation there. So please call.
I love the bandana, dude.
Email Governor Polis in Colorado. I need the bandana. I'm having a bad hair day.
Yeah, so this one.
We need her to get out. We need everybody to get on board. Make a phone call. Write an email.
This one was recorded on Inauguration Day, I believe.
Polis. I'm going to go on there right now and tweet at Jared Polis. I've been tweeting at him every day. So join us in that, please.
Yeah.
Free Tina.
We create a lot of graphics, made a lot of posts.
Free Tina. Free Tina. We are going to keep hitting this. We're encouraging all podcasters, everyone who knows the deal, who knows the situation and agrees with us, and to just push this message out there to free Tina. We got to pound this in every single podcast, every single day. The woman is 69, 70 years old. And she did things out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to protect our elections. And all you folks out there in Colorado, I mean, put down the doobie for just a minute. I know you like to ride up the chairlifts and smoke that doobie and go hit the powdery slopes and with the snowboards. I mean, I've done it myself. I mean, it's a good time in Colorado. But man, time to get serious, y'all, out there in Colorado. Time to get serious. Do something about this. Your state is suffering a very black mark because the officials in your state have done this to this wonderful woman, this Gold Star mark. Y'all need to rally up out there and get her out. Help us. Everyone around the country is rallying to her support. It'd be best done by Coloradans. So there's my preach. All right.
So I encourage all of y'all to write to Governor Polis in the state of Colorado and tell him that you want to free Tina Peters. There's no reason for her to be in jail. Her victimless crimes are under appeal. She has no track record, no criminal record whatsoever. I don't think she has a parking ticket.
Yeah. So anyway, Garland, it was hard for me to sneak him out of that, but he deserved to be in there. Him and Tamara Favorito have also been pounding it hard every time they have any media at all. They do what we've been advocating and asking anyone who has any media time at all to devote a portion of that every time to saying her name and telling her story.
Because Tina is still in prison, and we have had some, I don't know if progress is the right word, but President Trump issued a pardon, and that is a little bit controversial, and we'll see how it resolves. And he's also taken some pretty strong actions against the state, in that there was a bill for, I forgot what it was about, but he vetoed a bill for something for Colorado, and he removed the Space Force from Colorado to put pressure on the state. And
Yeah.
we'll see if it adds up into something to help out Tina.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get to where we tied this in, where the one serious project that we did was a song called Set Her Free. I'm not going to play the full instrumentated version of it because I really think that the acoustic version is better. And I'm not going to play the song either because it's long. I'm just going to play the very end. You can go find this on our X account. You can find it on our YouTube channel. Just look for my ugly mug right there with a guitar, like I'm looking like I'm ready to cry. But this is how the song ends.
It is a great song.
Tina's story's just begun. It's only going to get bigger. And she's going to be a spark to the movement for freedom. A true hero. Set Tina Peters free now. Yep. So I guess I've done multiple performances of that song, and I've never really ever been happy with any of them because I'm really not a performer. I'm just kind of a hack that does satirical music, right?
Well,
so I don't have a great voice.
That one is the original, and you sing it great. And I've been wanting you to do another recording because it does sound great, and you do a great job, dude.
Well, it was an honor to try something serious for a change, but it's all because of our perpetual, forever Peach is Tina Peters. So right, dude.
Yes, dude.
Tina Peters, our perpetual Peach. We've been hammering that all year long, and even then some. We watched her sentencing. We watched her trial. Well, we didn't watch it. I guess it wasn't televised, but we watched, or did we? Did we watch the trial?
Yeah, we saw the
we did. Well, we listened to it or something. Okay, so that was the kind of the walk down memory lane there. That took long. About as long as I thought it would, about 45 minutes. But before we move on to the future for Peaches and Bananas, I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about a very integral part of what goes on here, what goes on at Voter GA, and what goes on inside the state of Georgia, not only contained to Georgia, but other states as well with other efforts. And you're looking at her, it's Tanya Sosa. I got a chance to sit down with Tanya and I did a at-length interview. It's not finished. I haven't done the whole interview yet, but I'm gathering. But this one is about why Tanya is so, she's so, I guess, find the right thing here. She's so committed to this effort for establishing honest, transparent elections. I saw in you someone who's especially gifted in helping others. I mean, you have a heart for helping people. You have a heart for issues that are important. One of them being election, fair, free, honest, transparent elections is something that you're passionate about. And tell us a little bit about why you're so passionate about that.
Well, because I grew up in a place where I know that elections are stolen. And there's all sorts of election fraud. There are examples with my mom that she appears voting every year at every single election. Doesn't mean just one, when we know very well that my mom does not vote. yet her name is credited for voting every single time. So it's just kind of like, so I knew that. I know that elections are bullshit, but then we had experiences where I got to see what politicians can do, are willing to do when they know that they can get away with anything because they're selected and their posts are secure and can't be unelected.
Yeah, so that's a little excerpt from my upcoming special on, it'll be called Who Is Tanya Sosa?
I'm not sure I'm ready.
Who is she? Well, I'll tell you who she is. She doesn't know I'm doing this. She is our peach of our first Peach Award of 2026. Tanya Sosa. What do you think?
Thanks, dude. Total surprise. Thank you. Because I saw you working on a Peach Award, and that wasn't it.
Woo! Yeah, Tanya. Woo.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, I worked hard to try to keep that from Tanya, keep her from knowing what I was up to. A couple times I almost slipped. You were looking away, and I'm like, oh crap! She could see it in the little box on the on StreamYard when we were working on the show this afternoon. I took it down before you saw it, but yeah. So we got a new look for the Peach Award, and I figured the new look, it's only fitting that we award the first Peach of the year to Tanya. She deserves it. And she deserves all of our gratitude, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. My pleasure.
Yeah. All right.
I want that peach in a smoothie, though.
Well, that's like a schlacked peach. It looks like to me. So, yeah. So anyway, good job, Tanya. It's been a pleasure, and it's been so much fun. And I'm looking forward to more cool, fun things to happen. With our participation and trying to fix things and right the wrongs of what's been going on in this country. Let's see, what do we have next year? Okay, I don't know. I feel like I want to play this. We have a video that we just put out last week that has gotten a lot of laughs. Maybe if we set it up right, it will be safe. Maybe if we set it up right.
Okay.
So we love Garland. We've known Garland. I've been known Garland now since 2020. Since finding voter GA, like a week or two after the stolen election of 2020, and gotten to know him and hung out with him, and since then he's gotten married, and his life has changed quite a bit from when I first got to know him. He's been to my house for 4th of July cookout, and it was a blast. And he got to meet a lot of long-haired hippie party and lake people. And he fit right in. Garland, when in Rome, I guess Garland's one of those when in Rome guys. I mean, he gets along with about everybody, right, dude?
Yeah.
So that's
Garland's
why.
Great that way.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool, and that's why we hope that he and his significant, his missus, are not too offended by this. It's all humorous. This is a movie called Jerry Maguire. It featured Tom Cruise, and it was a huge hit movie. And there's one scene in particular in this movie that is just a classic. It's an iconic scene, and it's so funny. Everybody knows the scene, so we decided to make a meme out of that. And this was the scene, Show Me the Money. Are we cool to play it, dude?
Well,
I'm trying to look at your expression on your face.
We're having it on there, and I haven't been told not to.
Okay, so anyway, Yeah, it's kind of odd to see Garland's face on a shirtless man thrusting his hips, but that's part of the scene of the movie, and that's what, to me, makes it funny. And we try to be funny on this show, right?
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Try to get a little laughter going here. Okay, so, all right, here we go.
There was nothing wrong with the 2020 election. Then show us the balance.
Are you ready, McBurney? Show me the balance. Oh, Bernie! Doesn't it make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Bernie. Show you the balance. Oh, no, you can do better than that, Bernie. I want you to say it like you mean it, brother. Hey, I got Harmony Dillon on the other line. I better hear you say it. Show you the balance. No, not show you. Show me. Show me the balance. Louder. Show me the balance. Brother, you got to yell that shit. Show me the balance. Again, Bernie. Show me the balance. You better yell. Show me the balance. Show me the balance. Show me the balance. Congratulations, you did the right thing, McBurney.
And that is after Judge McBurney put in the order for the state election board to receive the Fulton County ballots. And we'll see how that progresses, because I guess that Fulton County is putting a pretty steep fee on that. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, if it, I'm not going to go in order here, but we are going to recap our peaches that we gave the Peach Award here. And I'm going to start with Garland Favorito, who was our peach last week, because he's such a good sport. And so is Tamara, such a good sport on our show me the money / show me the ballots meme. Right? Anyway, so
I have nothing to say.
Well, I enjoy Garland. He's got a fabulous sense of humor, and he's really, like, again, he can blend in any crowd, and he's awesome like that. So he was 2 weeks running our Peach of the Week before Tanya took the peach for her time to hold it. But see, backing up, we had our first real. Now, there's a caveat here. Before we came up with the Peach Award, we were giving peaches out. So we did. Let's see, who's the lady? Who's the lady that came and spoke in Garland, and they did a big event? Cleta Mitchell. She got a peach from us, but it wasn't a Peach Award yet. And then Julie Adams also got a Peach Award from us. So they're going to get, I guess, I don't want to call it honorable mention, but it was pre-Peach Award peaches were doled out, and we didn't do a graphic. Yeah. But we'd be remiss in not mentioning Cleta Mitchell and Julie Adams. So they were really the first peach recipients before it became an award. But once we decided to award
Roy
it,
Hambrick.
Oh, and Roy? Yeah. Did we give him a Peach Award?
Yeah, he's a peach.
We didn't do a graphic for him.
He didn't have a graphic. We weren't doing awards yet. So he's another pre-award recipient of the peach.
Is he a pre-award recipient?
Yeah.
Well, he deserves a graphic. Man, I don't know if we get time to go back and retro do some graphics. Anyway, so our first Peach Award recipient, which means we spend production time doing a graphic, was Dr. Jan Johnson. Yeah, Dr. Jan Johnston.
Yeah.
I think she came up to me one time and said the T is silent, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway.
But there's an extra E that you've got in her award.
Oh, there's no E?
There's no E at the end.
Okay, I'll have to fix that. So Jan Johnstone, I guess. Okay, so it's Johnston. Sorry, Dr. Jan. I will fix that before we show it again. Yeah, dude. We got to have time to check each other's work, I guess. So
I didn't notice it. I've seen it before, and now it's when I finally read it.
Yeah. So okay. So I added the font. So our next peach was Tina Peters. Yeah, and then mostly I speak about how it's the little brave little women who seem to rake up all the awards for bravery. Here's another one, Kathy Latham. She is got a huge following now. People are listening to what she has to say now that she's come out from under the persecution of being one of Fannie's indicted RICO, victims, targets. And the first male recipient of the Post Peach Graphic Award, I guess, time mark would be David Cross.
Yep.
Yeah, David has been a stand-up guy in the election integrity space.
Yeah, he's worked super hard, and I think the strength with David is his advocacy speaking. So he's such a strong presenter. Like, he's really powerful presenter. That him and Joe Rossi are fantastic presenters. So it's
presenters.
Presenters, yes.
Okay.
What did you think I say?
I don't know. I thought you said something else. I don't know.
Okay.
And then, of course, we started off with Garland, but we gave him 2 Peach Awards, so 2 weeks in a row. So we'll do him a second time, and that takes us to our first Peach of 2026, Miss Tanya Sosa. So another round of applause for Tanya. Yeah, we're stroking ourselves this episode. So I'm sorry that you've had to bear with us to go back and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Fruit meaning peaches of our labor. Right?
Yeah, but I hope that you enjoyed the throwback and you get to see a little bit about what you maybe have missed and what you have to look forward to, because we are planning on bringing you more of that and giving you good information and be entertaining at the same time, some great music and catchy tunes. Right, dude?
Right, dude. So are we going to a break right here? I guess we were supposed to go to a break.
Okay.
We were supposed to go to a break before the Peach Awards, and before Show Me the Balance, but it's not. Oh, there's the break. I see it. So do you want to throw the break in? I don't have anything loaded. Do you want me to go to Voter GA's website?
Yeah,
here?
it's not loaded, but I came up with something to say and I can read it.
Well, is it just voterga.com? And then
VoterGA. Yeah, let's start with there. VoterGA.org.
.org, okay. And then donate, volunteer, donate. Is it under donate?
It is under donate, but let's give people a walkthrough of what it is, how to get there.
Oh,
and
okay,
I have some copy written.
Okay, so let me share this screen here. Oop, there you are again. Okay.
Yeah, there's me.
So let me zoom in on this a little bit. So here is voterga.org.
Okay, you went to the donate page.
Oh,
okay.
Well, go to the homepage.
Okay, so that's the homepage.
Voterga.org.
And to donate, there is a tab up top and a bottom in the very first section right there. It's that the page is right now like a blog type of entry.
So you go to donate and then tab and then click on this right here.
I have some copy written, so do you want me to read that, or do you just want to?
Sure, fire away.
Okay, so hey everyone, if you're passionate about restoring trust and integrity in Georgia's elections, now is the perfect time to support Voter GA, because we have a very generous donor that is matching donations 3-to-1. And Voter GA is the leading nonpartisan group fighting for secure, transparent, and verifiable elections through lawsuits, advocacy, and education. Please make a tax-deductible donation today by visiting voterga.org/donate. And as a special thank you, if you'd like a limited edition gift, check out our Make Elections Great Again apparel, and that is free with your donation. Simply scroll down, and Viking Dude got ahead of me, on the donate page to find the donation gift page button and click on it. You'll be taken to this item order page that you're seeing right now, where it's just like shopping at any online store. You can browse and select your item or items, choose sizes and colors, but the key difference here is that instead of a price, you get to select how much you'd like to donate. Your gift will ship absolutely free at no cost to you, and it should ship in about 2 weeks. Your support makes a real difference. Donate now at borderga.org/donate. Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just picking some stuff to feature here. But yeah, so there's really cool, I guess, garments and what about lids? What about headgear?
Yeah, go back to the main page because there's all sorts of stuff. There's outerwear, there's shirts, polos, there's sweatshirts, zip-ups and pullover hoodies, dress shirts for men and women. I'm keeping my eye out. There's sweatpants. Yeah, so those are the t-shirts and long sleeve tees.
There's your pants.
There's the pants, the sweatpants, and the shorts. I think I might want one of those shorts. And there's the lids.
There are the lids. 3 lids? Is that it for the lids?
3 kinds, yeah.
Okay. Well, we got two looks like we got a trucker cap, a golf cap, and a visor. And as you can see, the logo says, well, it's emblazoned with Make Elections Great Again, and it commemorates Executive Order 14248, which all election integrity people know that is the executive order that's setting everything in motion. Here's the black one now. The black one's pretty slick. Yeah.
And those are embroidered.
Embroidered. Wow.
Yeah, for everyone that makes a difference, it's not when you get the shirt, it's embroidered. It's not I don't know what it's called.
Well, okay, so we're into now segment 2 here, Venezuela, Libre, rigged election connection. Yeah. Venezuela, Libre. Okay, you say it.
Venezuela Libre.
Can't do it.
There's been Venezuelans celebrating all over the world. And we have, well, I guess I just picked one video of it where we have examples of Venezuelans celebrating in different cities. But that's not difficult to find if you're on social media at all. You've probably
Well,
seen
I don't have these in the right order, it appears then.
Okay, you don't have my number 1 link?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. We were going to do, we remember we were going to do Lou Dobbs and Sidney Powell first.
Oh, yeah.
But here, I can go to this tab and put this up since that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they're celebrating in the streets because President Trump issued an order to capture Maduro, and that was my link number 2, which I don't know if you have.
Okay, so we're not doing Lee Dobbs and Sidney then, I guess.
Well, it's coming up next, dude.
Well, this is a post.
Yeah, so I can go back. Well, I guess since
Is that what you're after right there?
no, it was President Trump's video of Maduro's capture.
Is that on Truth Social?
It's on X.
Okay.
Well, we can go in the order that you have it. So I'm sorry I threw you off. I guess I got confused because of the
Here, I found it. So, did you want to play this?
Okay.
Hello.
No, that wasn't
the other day, I put up a.
What?
No,
that's not it.
Yeah, that was not my second. Sorry, guys. I got mixed up because I did. It happens. Hopefully it won't be happening very much more in the future.
Is it well this is the Lou Dobbs one I have here first. Can we just go ahead and knock this one out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right. So we talked about the liberation of Venezuela. There's a lot of theory out there about, why are we meddling around in Venezuela? Well, people who aren't paying attention to our election rigging scam that's been happening in this country are asking that question. What the hell are we doing and messing around in Venezuela? Well, there's all kinds of people are saying, "Oh, the currency, it's the dollar," and other people say, "Oh, they've got all the oil and the resources, and China's there, and Russia wants in there. We got to get in there." And it's the drugs coming across the border. That's the reason why. And then the illegal immigration, and all those things are probably have a little part to play in it. But we think that it has to do with everything that Sidney Powell was talking about back in 2020. Ready?
Our first guest tonight has new information regarding electoral fraud in the radical left's efforts to steal an election, and she charges 4 individuals as authors of what she calls a Pearl Harbor-style cyber attack on the 2020 presidential election. There are 4 names that she highlights. They are Jorge Rodriguez, the communications minister of Venezuela; Khalil Mazoub, Jorge Rodriguez's right-hand man; Gustavo Reyes Zumeta, who designed programs to rig election machines; and Antonio Mojica, the CEO of Smartmatic, an electoral voting corporation.
Now, let me see if I can. This is 14 minutes long. I guess I didn't have a chance to. Let me jump forward to where he has Sidney Powell on here.
Distinguished attorney, former federal prosecutor, best-selling author, General Michael Flynn's defense attorney, and as we all know, a great American. Sidney, great to have you with us. You say these 4 individuals led the effort to rig this election. How did they do it?
Well, Lou, they designed and developed the Smartmatic and Dominion programs and machines that include a controller module that allows people to log in and manipulate the vote even as it's happening. We're finding more and more evidence of this. We now have reams and reams of actual documents from Smartmatic and Dominion, including evidence that they planned and executed all of this. We know that $400 million of money came into Smartmatic from China only a few weeks before the election, that there are George Soros connections to the entire endeavor. Lord Malik Brown was part of it, along with the other people from Dominion. Eric Coomers, the person who also holds patents on some of the software and was operating out of the Denver office, I believe. We know that one of the Smartmatic people has went to Tarrant County, Texas, and turned that county blue after having been an executive with Smartmatic. And all of a sudden, this one election, Tarrant County is reportedly blue. We have evidence of how they flipped the votes, how it was designed to flip the votes, and that all of it has been happening just as we have been saying it has been.
What is the evidence that you have compiled? How have you constructed?
So I don't want to go through the whole thing, but basically Sidney was out there saying the Venezuelan connection back in 2020, yeah. Early 2021. And, Lou Dobbs is trying to be a journalist here, but by the end of the interview on Fox Business at the time, where Lou Dobbs was employed, he's been around a long time. He was once on CNN too. He had a business show on CNN. He was around a long time. He is not with us anymore. He passed away either this past year or the year before, sadly, because he's a great patriot. But Sidney goes on and tells more information. You can go watch. You can go see this interview. It's on X. Just put in Lou Dobbs, Sidney Powell. But Lou Dobbs is, I believe he's...
Cyber intelligence unit for the Department of Homeland Security, who's suing some people, apparently.
He says he makes a commitment here towards the end.
They have gone through in the November 3rd election to then go toward January 5th and a runoff and think that changing nothing...
Okay, he's talking about Georgia right here.
I'm sitting...
Lou's getting pretty worked up because he believes what she's saying.
People are going to have to insist on paper ballots with real identification.
You hear that?
That's going to be one of the key.
Let me slow this down to regular speed here. Sorry about that. The American people are going to have to insist on paper ballots.
Defending this country, it's how in the hell do we defend this country and secure the interest of this company without them? That's really the 2 questions.
Yes, well, the American people are going to have to insist on paper ballots with real identification. That's going to be one of the
Well,
key
that's going to be
things
great
to
for the
stop.
next. I'm not even. Sydney. I've got to tell you, I'm not even going to contemplate the next election. I'm not even contemplating the January 5th election in Georgia. The hell with that. If the people of Georgia are dumb enough, after what we have gone through in the November 3rd election, to then go toward January 5th and a runoff and think that changing nothing will change the outcome, then the people of Georgia aren't half as smart as I believe them to be. And I believe the patriots in Georgia should stop this nonsense now. It is not something that to be decided about over who do you favor, which party, which candidate. This is now about faith in the electoral system in one specific state that may control the destiny of this country. And by God, it's too important for anyone. And I don't care what party you're in. I don't care whether you're an independent. This is too important to act as if nothing happened on November 3rd and to pretend that there will be a different outcome on January 5th. It's idiotic. The ridiculous leadership, and I mean the governor and the Secretary of State, have got to find, if not the integrity, the primal fear of the voters in Georgia to stop what's going on and stop it now.
So that was strong from Lou Dobbs. And he called out the governor. He called the Secretary of State out. And he said, primal fear of the voters. It's been hard to rally that primal fear of voters, right, dude? Why has that been so hard?
Maybe because they control the voting machines, so they know that they can select the outcome.
Yeah.
To benefit themselves.
Okay, well, that's a very strong clip. Yeah, well, I mean, that's right. We're in this conundrum here. I mean, the people who are in power are the ones who don't want to fix our elections.
Right.
You know, who's gonna fly in and in the middle of the night kidnap those people in our own country who are doing what Maduro is doing? You know, I mean, is another country going to fly in and kidnap our treasonous election officials?
Well, you lost me a little bit, but we do remember that in 2020, the governor's, his daughter's boyfriend was blown up in a car. His car was blown up, and it was...
Harrison Deal, right. The kid's name was Harrison Deal.
After the governor had issued a...
Well, anyway, we are going to move on. Tanya held the Peach for just a brief moment. She still no, you don't lose the Peach Award. It's not a rotating award, but we are going to award Sidney Powell a Peach for being one of the early ones who stood up and decided she was going to speak out. And she came under persecution, and she got indicted here in Georgia. Doesn't even live here. Along with Rudy Giuliani, right? So, and then posthumously, can't let this Peach Award thing go by without giving Lou Dobbs a posthumous Golden Peach Award. True Peach right there.
Yeah, and a lot of my thoughts behind that has to go with there are so few journalists that the mainstream media ignored the problem with the election, and he was willing to give it airtime and to give this presentation that Sidney Powell had airtime in that interview, that he said that you bring it, and if I need to give you extra time from what I'm allotted in the show, I'll make it happen somehow. So that is huge. Knowing what we know now, that the media blocked any information about the way that the election was stolen.
Okay, I found your clip. It wasn't in the initial list, but here I found it. Do you want to play it?
Yeah, so Venezuelans have been celebrating because of this.
Well, we're going to have to look at it. Right now, they have a vice president, as you know. I mean, I don't know about what kind of an election that was, but, the election of Maduro was a disgrace, just like my election was a disgrace. 2020 was a disgrace. And, a real disgrace. Now, 2024 was too big to rig. What he did was, his was open. I would say, frankly, you want to know the truth? I think Charlie would testify this. It wasn't a hell of a lot worse than what they did to us in 2020. It was our election was a disgrace in 2020, and everyone knows it. And now it's come out, and it's come out even in the legal form. But it was disgraceful. He had an election that was a rigged election, and the people have no love for him. That's for sure. He had very little loyalty, if any loyalty. He was a dictator who was a tough cookie, and he ran it tough, and the people can't believe they got so lucky.
This is the hottest issue on the street.
And I think that President Trump was too kind in his words there, because he's been ruling with terror. And Venezuelans have left their country. I think they about a third of the population has left. It's in the millions. It's the biggest sort of exodus of people leaving their country. And this capturing of Maduro, what we're told, and what his formal charges are, have to do with narco-terrorism. But President Trump has also been really recently posting a lot about elections, the theft of the 2020 election. And so I don't think it's a coincidence that, we had this bug in our ear from Sidney Powell from 5 years ago. And that at the timing of it's huge, that there is this issue with the elections having to do with going back to Venezuela and the dictator of Venezuela getting captured and removed, and President Trump also doing a lot of messaging about elections. And Viking Dude has some samples to show you. And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on those truth posts, but just for everybody to see that I'm not making it up, that President Trump has been truthing about elections a lot. And that's one of the posts about a voter roll issue in Fulton County, where I think it's the reporter saying that 1,000 people are found registered at one address. And there's more posts that President Trump has been posting.
Oh, well, first two there are Trump. I don't know, that's not, is that a video you wanted to play or no?
No, because in the interest of time, this is just to show everyone that President Trump has been truthing about elections a lot. I think this was from, this goes back to 2021, that Rudy Giuliani organized hearings in all the battleground states. I believe this one was in Pennsylvania. And President Trump is reminding us of that. And I think that's Rudy Giuliani in the shot.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of blurry from my perspective.
He's sitting on our right.
Yeah. And what's the date of that truth?
January 3rd, 2026.
Okay,
so just yesterday. Yeah.
So yesterday.
Here's another one.
And that's another one.
No, something happened there. Wait a minute. What just happened? Wrong one. There. This one. Sorry about that. Yeah. So this is a little documentary excerpt on Dominion voting machines, and that date on that truth is again January 3rd, yesterday.
Yesterday, the same day that Maduro got captured. What a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah. Here is another one. This one's, I don't know, did you want to read this or just look at it?
What is it about? Because I can't make it out.
Arizona. The witness claims she was there until the 10th, and they were still coming in, and has no idea where the ballots originally even came from in the first place.
That's from the
here's the hearing.
Yeah. In
Arizona. So this lady's testifying about ballots appearing in Arizona just out of nowhere, and she is a poll worker. she's a poll worker. She's the one sitting right over here. And again, like we've seen in Georgia, these brave women stepping up and just saying what they saw. It seems like against a backdrop of mostly male legislators that are just nonchalantly kind of, going through the paces and not really caring is what I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, this was Rudy Giuliani exposing them to the testimony of different poll workers and citizens that saw something and are saying something. This one was in Pennsylvania. So we got, this one was Michigan. We had Pennsylvania before, Arizona, Michigan.
Yeah, and so is that Melissa Corona? That doesn't look like her.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that was in Michigan, and then Donald Trump posts one from here in Georgia.
And that's Georgia, and that is Debbie Fisher. And it's great that we've gotten to know several people but a lot of them happen to be women that testified. Susie Boyles was another one that was there with her testimony. Sally Grubbs was also there. And it's just funny to me. Kathy Latham, too.
Yep, Coffee County. Coffee Kathy.
Coffee, yeah. So what's funny to me is that I have their phone numbers now. I get to talk to them and work with them. So it's kind of amazing.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't mean it that way, Viking. It's just,
I'm kidding. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have more links here you've given me to share, the Dallas Express.
Yeah, so that was just an overview that President Trump has been actively messaging about elections. And back in December, this now sort of whistleblower he was and I close it for myself. So he was a spy chief for Maduro that wrote a letter sent through his attorney, where he talked about Smartmatic being developed inside Venezuela as an election manipulation tool that was later deployed abroad. And I have his letter, and there are a few portions that I wanted to sort of go through with.
Do you want me to scroll down to it, or do you have it?
I have it. So he was so his name is Hugo Carvajal, and he is the guy on the left in the picture. And he writes that for many years, he was a high-ranking member of the Venezuelan regime. He was a 3-star general trusted by both Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro, and he served as director of military intelligence and a deputy in the National Assembly. So he decided to, he fled Venezuela and turned himself in to the United States. He is now in jail in the United States, and he writes this letter where what he had to say about the voting system, and it's stunning. And coming from him, being as the person in the know, it has a lot of weight. And he wrote his letter trying to atone. And one of the points that he hits again was about Smartmatic and our elections. And he says that Smartmatic was born as an electoral tool of the Venezuelan regime, but soon derived into a tool to help keep the regime stay in power forever. I know this because I placed the head of IT of the National Electoral Council in his position, and he reported directly to me. People of the United States, make no mistake about the threat posed by allowing a narco-terrorist organization to roam freely in the Caribbean and throughout Latin America, doing everything possible to harm the American people to finance anti-Americanism across the continent and to facilitate the operations of other terrorist organizations and enemies of the United States within Venezuela and now within your borders. The regime I served is not merely hostile, it is at war with you, using drugs, gangs, espionage, and even your own democratic processes as weapons.
Whoa.
I'll say that again, even your own democratic processes as weapons. President Trump's policies against the Maduro criminal regime are not just justified, but necessary and proportionate to the threat. He may even be underestimating what the regime is prepared to do to hold onto power. They have contingency plans for every extreme scenario to ensure they never relinquish control. I absolutely support President Trump's policies towards Venezuela because it is in self-defense and he is acting based on truth. Hugo Carvajal Barrios, December 2nd, 2025.
This the hottest issue on the street right here.
So
it really is. It is the hottest issue on the street. When
Yeah,
they're stealing elections and they're installing people that then can run those elections from into perpetuity, we're done. I mean, this is the like I said,
This the hottest issue on the street right here.
this is the hottest issue. And we have to get this has to get solved. This war has to be won or it's over for the good folks. Right?
Right. I mean, it is a little bit scary right now because the person that's coming into power in Venezuela is the vice president selected under the dictator Maduro. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully President Trump is briefed properly. There's Hugo Carvajal and another person in U.S. prison right now, and they fled to the United States and turned themselves in. They became enemies. They're four high-ranking members of the Venezuelan cartel and fled. So they fled for their safety. They're safer in the U.S. prison than in Venezuela, and they're helping out by giving information. And but back to the elections, Patrick Byrne has been at the forefront of this. There is that story of that Sidney Powell was telling us back in 2020 that President Trump was briefed by it was Patrick Byrne, Gary Bernstein, and this third person that Patrick Byrne calls El Zorro. And that is now coming to light to the American public because they came into action again to save the 2024 election from being stolen. And in this presentation, and starting at minute 7, Viking Dude, Patrick Burns
Sure you're not going to get
starts talking about why we need to care about Smartmatic and this voting system developed by Venezuela. And that's because it was, before he gets to that point, that system was developed by 3 guys from Venezuela that were financially backed. They were financially backed by Venezuela, and they established a company in Delaware called Smartmatic, based on Italian lottery systems. And now play it, I can do so that Patrick can tell us.
Smartmatic went on and bought an American company called Sequoia, and which made election equipment and put their software in it. There was a company called Diebold, had an election systems hardware manufacturer. Smartmatic got their software integrated into all of this. And so that just as when you buy a laptop, be it HP, Dell, or Lenovo, inside, it's all Microsoft operating system. Similarly, when you buy election equipment, whether it be any of the 3 main brands, Dominion, Hart, or ES&S, inside it's all Smartmatic. It's the Smartmatic software and the hardware that's been integrated from Diebold, and it's the guts of all these systems. And remember, Smartmatic is just the commercial front of the Venezuelan Election Commission, which is really under the thumb of dictators like Fidel Castro, Hugo Chavez, the Venezuelan mafia, and the grand chess player Jorge Rodriguez. Put that differently, the dictator of Venezuela and along with Fidel Castro and the mafia and Jorge Rodriguez, they, besides seizing the oil company of Venezuela, seized the election commission, which created a commercial front, which came into the U.S. and got its software and hardware implemented and became the guts of all the major election systems on the market today. And lastly, behind them, they assemble in a factory in Taiwan components that come 60 miles from mainland China, which means it's under the thumb of Xi Jinping. And so that the payments are hidden from the American government. They lied to the American government about their supply chain, and there's Iran, the mullahs of Iran have a transfer pricing mechanism that allow money to be done in a way that doesn't show up in the banking system. Here's the Jorge threatening the nations.
Yeah, so the Smartmatic, even though it's not the name brand on any voting system that you see, it's the guts of all of them. Patrick Byrne mentioned Diebold. If you were in Georgia longer than 6 years ago and voted, you voted on a Diebold machine. And Patrick Byrne, like, he has dedicated his fortune, like he's lost it all, not lost it all, dedicated it all to saving our elections, and he's funded. So the story that a lot of people have not heard because the mainstream media is not covering. There's only 2 reporters that have really picked it up. One of them is Lara Logan. She was the first one that she hosted an interview with Gary Bernstein, and it's boasting all this. And Viking Dude has a brief video about that.
Where the same source code, it's been modified and so on and so forth.
But it's essentially the same. In all of these companies, that's what I found when I did this investigation.
That's
you
right.
know, I was like, well, they're all using the same software.
That's right.
In this particular case, it went from Smartmatic,
Yeah.
as Ralph said, to Sequoia, and then from Sequoia, they were forced because of the CFIUS investigation to sell it to Dominion, which was a Canadian company out of Toronto that had only run one small election in a Toronto suburb in a period of 8 years. And that was a company that was in sort of a Soros incubator up there. All right.
Yeah.
And so now they sort of become
But they sell it for next to nothing. It's not a real sale.
So when they buy it, now they have control of those machines in 22 or 24% of the market in the United States, but primarily the swing states for electing a president of the United States.
And as everybody knows, you don't have to win in every state, because you look at the map of America, there's more. It's a sea of red with tiny pockets of blue. And so if you can win those swing states, you can take an election. And if you can control the machines, you can hold on to power forever.
That's right. And that's what they've been doing. So the first election that they ran in the United States was in Cook County, Illinois. It was in 2008. It was the Democratic primary between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And Clinton, who had been Secretary of State, had a big profile. She was favored to win, and they manipulated that result. Roger Pignate was actually one of the founders of Smartmatic. Went there, helped run that election, and Obama won. It was a big surprise, and it sort of propelled him to the Democratic nomination, because suddenly here's this one-term state senator who beats the Secretary of State, the former First Lady. Big surprise. Who is this guy? And at the same time, Hugo Chavez is telling his inner circle, look at me. I'm going to elect the first African-American president of the United States, and he succeeds.
Who will be pro-Cuban and support the revolution.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Obama did.
Which is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it didn't try to play again, which I was happy. I was trying to be sure to hit stop really fast. So So yeah, so
And-
Patrick Byrne, I guess, was part of helping those guys get their information to the right people.
More than that, yes. Like he had, I mean, his part is huge. So back in 2020, 2 days after the election, Patrick Byrne, Gary Bernstein, who you just saw in that video, and this third guy whose identity we don't know, Patrick Byrne calls him briefed President Trump about his election, about his election being stolen. And President Trump, well, he unfortunately hires and trusts the wrong people. He asked Jared Kushner to set up a legal team and investigate, and that's how it got into the hands of Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell. And Jared Kushner, he decided to ignore it and left Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani hanging out to dry. And nothing happened. They hired a Cuban asset, who then I don't know if they hired him to lie to Trump, but that is what he did. He lied to Trump and told them that there was nothing to see there, that that this wasn't real, and so President Trump was lied to all along. And coming into 2024, they were determined to be heard. And, these three guys were determined to be heard. And they got to Susie Wiles, and it was thanks to Senator Mullins and former Senator Perdue from Georgia, who got it to Trump again in October of 2024. And Patrick Byrne funded a team of whistleblowers from Venezuela. He and Gary Bernstein recruited this team of whistleblowers from Venezuela and hackers that basically kept the 2024 election from being stolen. And this is Patrick Byrne telling the story to Emerald, who's the second reporter that has had the guts to listen to it and report on it, where he talks about Elon Musk's involvement in vetting all this information. And it's a little bit, it's a couple minutes, Viking Dude. I don't know if you want to play it, or you can just read it off the top if you prefer not to.
If it's 2 minutes and you want to play, we're already a minute or an hour and 32 in. So what's another 2 minutes?
I don't know if it's 2 minutes. It's several minutes. But
it's 4 minutes. Play it.
Elon was not involved other than vouching because he wanted to be legally pure. And it was all done super legally through Cyber Command. The information was taken to Cyber Command and the United States government through its existing legal authorities, ZAP, a place in Belgrade, Serbia. I heard they smoked. There's ways hackers can get on and defeat security protocols, overclock a processor in your machine, turn off the fan, and melt it down. I heard that they melted down some of the computers. Who knows if hackers exaggerated on that. That's what really happened. Elon wasn't part of that because he was trying to be a legal virgin about it all. But he played a super critical role. He had my Zorro. Can I tell you what Zorro said after spending an afternoon with him? It was a funny story.
Please.
He says that he's
we love the color.
Guy. He says Elon is maybe even weirder than you. He's just a weird guy. And I go in, so Zorro does have his presentation, and if you really just let him give his presentation at his own speed without going into detail, soup to nuts is a 6-hour presentation. He's been a master at compressing and taking out slices because he gives all these different pieces to all these different parts of the government and such. But Elon said, I don't want that. Just give me, do you have any documents? And Zorro said, yeah, we got 1.7 million documents. And Elon says, give it to me on the thumb drive. He took it, put it in his machine, and AI read it for 45 minutes or something, and came back with a one-page report that told the story and said it was correct. And said that all
too fast?
was well documented. And at that point, things were set up for Elon to get on something like a Zoom call, and then some lawyers got involved, as they always do. And they said he can't. It's too incriminating for him. He's taking part in whatever. And so I think what I heard was he had some technical assistance to it, and then they came back and reported to him. But I'm told that he turned to the senator when he was done digesting. Oh, then he got Zorro to give him the PowerPoint, but he said, "Now I will take your PowerPoint, but just let me click through it." And he clicked through this 6-hour presentation in 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes.
just absorbing everything. He's really, my Zorro says he's like on a different planet. The guy's he just sat there clicking high speed through this presentation, then showed total command of it. But then, and once it was all verified, he turned to the senator and said, "This is all true, and we're effed." And the senator said, "No, if you vouch for it, there's a way this can be neutralized." And that's the day, that afternoon, it was when Elon jumped on a jet and went up to Pennsylvania and joined Trump and started coming out and saying, "Look, civilization comes to an end if we don't." That was that afternoon. And Elon vouched for it. And because he vouched for it to Trump, other processes were set in motion where Zorro was taken into the Pentagon, to a Pentagon-ish, and it was all taken from him. Now, we had this information. That's the other. But we had this information from the people about that. We had a bribed intelligence officer in Eastern Europe. Also, he was doing things but he was taking bribes to pay around Belgrade to get certain information. We had this whole operation. We had this Albanian gangster. We had this whole network covered. And so it was taken in officially and legally, and part of the government that already had the authority to do this. What it was put into, where Joe Biden wouldn't hear about it. And my understanding was it was November 4th is when they got on and smoked Belgrade. You always say 3 days. I think it was the prior day, but it went on for 4 or 5 days. Okay. Just clearing up the details. Sorry if that was too autistic.
No, it's great.
Yeah, that's it, right?
So it was a little too, so he had this team of hackers that melted down the servers in Serbia that are the Dominion servers in Serbia that were controlling elections, and President Trump had no idea whether or not they succeeded on election day, but luckily they did. And so again, like, this goes back to Venezuela in that there's whistleblowers saying that they have been in charge of changing the outcomes of elections in 72 countries over 20 years. And now that Maduro is in prison, we'll see how much singing he does in confessing these wrongs and exposing, and we'll get further exposure and hopefully get rid of the voting systems once and for all. Or not voting system, the voting machines.
Yeah.
Needs to happen.
Yeah, because is that story clear that, like, Venezuela developed this voting system to control the elections? So, like, the aspect that the mainstream gets is the oil part, where the cartel. So we can't think of Venezuela as being run like a regular country. It's a cartel of narco traffickers that are running it. They came into power, they took over the oil in order to have, endless supplies of money, and they took over the election commission to make sure that they never lose, and make sure in the process that in other countries, the people that are in power are people that are friendly to them. And this guy said that the anti-Americanism in our backyards is all part of what is being funded by them. And so, it's huge what happened, not just for the people of Venezuela. I mean, that's fantastic. I get it. Like, people that have been living in terror for 26 years and the families that have been separated they've had a long time coming for this day. But hopefully it means a good turn for free and fair elections worldwide.
Yeah. These folks right here.
Yeah.
They're pretty thrilled about it. It's evidence of the goodness that still lives in the world. And these people are ecstatic because they've been oppressed for so long. And so have we. And, it's an age-old problem. It's the battlefield of good and evil that the physicality of that battlefield is inside every person's heart and soul. And the temptation that comes when something that's easy to grab, getting called philosophical now.
Viking did.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for joining us. Sorry for such a long podcast. I want to remind everybody, gibsongo.com/Tanya needs our help. Tanya, who is our first peach of 2026. And you're going to find out more about Tanya in the months to come as I get through that interview and get it produced. Need that song to repeat because that was a great song to end with. Want to remind everybody that you can follow us on at Magastruck is the name of most of our channels and our X account. Our channels on Rumble and YouTube and our account on Facebook is at Magastruck. That's where you'll find the show streaming now. And you can replay it from any of those locations. And if you want to follow us, please give us a watch, a like, a share, and a follow. And we really appreciate you tuning in and joining us if you're watching with us or if you're watching the replay. Thank you so much. Support Voter GA. Go buy a shirt or a hat. Make a donation. It's actually not buying. It's a donation, and they send you for your gift.
They send you a gift.
Yeah, they send you a gift that you get to pick.
Yeah.
So, our show is Sunday nights at 9 p.m. and it's a live show. So if we screw up, there's nothing we can do to fix it. Makes it exciting. And, the show itself has an X handle as well, and it's at Peaches&Bananas. Do us a favor. Go out there and give us a click. Give us a like, a share, and a follow. We'd be forever grateful. Right, dude?
Right, dude. Yeah, get those algorithms going to get the messages out.
Yeah. Well, you ready to wrap this one up?
Ready, dude.
All right. We'll go full screen on that. And until next time, thank you so much for joining us.
Are you clicking in or am I clicking in?